I guarantee you this is going to be a ski and snowboard video. This probably shouldn't be my first video on my newly branded channel, but there's a topic that everyone is talking about, and I really wanted to give my 2 cents because I couldn't be any further from what the majority of the people are talking about. And it's that heart and soul type of ski and snowboard issue around affordability, around corporate consolidation. And I'm going to start off by saying I completely understand some of the gripes. There is always a little bit of corporate greed. There's always a little bit of human greed. It's not just corporations. I'm greedy, and all the people that I'm talking to are greedy. It's just a human condition. But what we're not getting is how that consolidation has possibly helped the market. Sometimes you need to just understand how things are framed, have a bit of gratitude and a bit of appreciation. That's kind of why I'm right here in this median between these two roads. There's a Home Depot on this road, a veterans hospital, liquor store, couple of things, but you could always find something nice, the beauty in something. So I think this is a great location to talk about just understanding, having gratitude, and not being so quick to want to be upset. The skiing industry is expensive now. That's what everyone's saying. Yeah, skiing's expensive. But I'm gonna argue skiing's always been expensive. It's always been expensive, and even more when people talk about the democracy of skiing, it's more inclusive now than it's ever been. A lot of those people are working on straight nostalgia, talking about how in the 60s and 70s, and even in the 50s, I heard a person say, it seemed like in the 50s, everybody was skiing. I don't even know how you could make that statement. Just the simple fact of being able to ski, even if you believed it wasn't affordable, because the majority of people having that argument, they're the older people now, so they were young then. They probably didn't even understand or realize the discrepancy between their disposable income and their parents and everyone around them. Just by being able to recreate in that way automatically puts you in a category where you might have been a little bit more affluent. You at least were close in proximity to a ski resort. Because with cars and highways and all those things that are much better now, it clearly was more difficult to ski in the 40s and 50s and 60s, more so than it is now. I can look around and see more people that look like me on the mountain, even in some of the most, let's say it, white places in the country. The Utahs, the Vermonts, the Wyomings, the Maines. I can go to any ski resort now and see more brown faces, more black faces, more women. The sport is just more diverse now. And you have to take that into consideration when you talk about the democracy of the sport and the cost of the sport. I think if you just take those two things into consideration, you will see how many of the things are better now than they were in the past. Got to cross the street. And let's not even start to talk about things like gear, how it is now. Back in the day, you had to buy your gear. Maybe you rented it, but there was no Facebook Marketplace, no Craigslist. The ability to just be able to hop on your phone and find a set of skis or a snowboard that people are virtually giving away, that was non-existent. Now, the fact that there are more people that have done the sport, that are doing the sport, just shows why that is the case. There's more used gear out there. So you can buy gear at an affordable price. I guarantee you, if you went to a ski or a snowboard shop with any person that looks like they actually really ski or snowboard, and you said, I'm trying to get into the sport, I can't afford it, blah, 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 you probably look at a person and be like, you know, I rode this board 6-7 seasons ago. I'll just give it to you. And I know that to be the case because I have a couple of those boards in my basement that I just want to give away. It's easy to say corporate greed and consolidation are making the sport more expensive, but I just don't think that's the case. If you buy a pass and you actually ski or snowboard, you can get those daily costs down to what it was in the 60s, what it was in the 50s. And if you actually really ski and snowboard, you can get it down to much, much less. Take into consideration when people talk about how in the 70s there were 1,000 ski resorts. And now there's like 450, 500. But if you look at the fact that Vail didn't come up with the Epic Pass until like 2018, and at that point in time, we were already at 400-500 ski resorts. So the majority of those ski resorts that shut down way before there were any signs of consolidation, corporate greed, or mega passes. And that's the type of nuance that I don't think a lot of people are really discussing. They're just wanting to point a finger and not have that gratitude that we should have for doing something that we love. Yes, the resorts are expensive, but you don't have to buy that $25 hamburger. You can pack a lunch. But you don't have to pack a lunch. If you enjoy that $25 hamburger, budget for it, buy it. It's not going to ultimately make your day worse, make your day better. There's nobody stopping you from actually committing, utilizing the passes the way that they were intended, and actually getting a good deal out of this consolidation. Many of those ski mountains that were purchased in that consolidation, they weren't bought with mob tactics. They probably were saddled with debt, couldn't get any more debt, didn't know how to maintain their lifts, keep them running, pay their staff. And somebody comes to you with an option of joining a group that's going to allow your resort, the people that you love, your customers, your staff to go on. That's something that I would do. And it's all about framing, just like it's all about how you look at the world, the way things are framed. And the way that they're framed now is corporate takeover, corporate greed. But if you were to frame it as a co-op of ski resorts that got together, band together to provide better service, to stay relevant, to be able to afford growth, that would be looked at as, yes, we're keeping the sport vibrant, we're making it go forward. But instead, we look at it the way it's being framed on the internet now, and it's all negative. Reframe the way you look at something, and it makes it better. You keep hearing bad, 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 that's what you're gonna see. But sometimes you just gotta look deeper into the situation and find the good. Have gratitude. Understand that this sport that we love is worth loving. So let's talk about the positives, not the negatives. Don't bury your head in the sand and forget about the negatives, but you can't always speak on the negatives, because what you put out there is what you get. And I much rather get a good experience, have a great season, know I'm gonna go to the mountain and enjoy it. And I'm 50 now. This is gonna be my 30th season snowboarding. And we all know, anyone who's been doing it for more than a day and a half, know the way to make it more affordable. Go midweek. Don't buy at the resort. Utilize the pass the way it was intended. Actually ski and snowboard. Get some days on that pass. And I'm gonna tell you, probably shouldn't say this, but the majority of ski passes are RFID now, and they're inside pockets. Everybody looks kind of the same when you got a helmet on and goggles. You can buy a pass, one or two people, and you go one day, I go another day, you go one day, I go another day. As long as you trust the people and you don't think that they're gonna get the pass pulled, you can do things like that. There are a lot of creative ways to actually make something more affordable. I'm gonna say, if you happen to be cost sensitive, you're not gonna go to Whole Foods or some organic store and hop right to the king crab legs and the filet mignon. You're gonna buy with a coupon. You're gonna look for the sales. So why would we do that, or why wouldn't we do that in skiing? Because it is inherently expensive. But if you're smart, you know how to make it less expensive. And this class warfare that we're engaged in the ski world, I don't see a need for it. Everywhere we go, there are privilege and privileges of being more affluent. So just stop letting it affect you. If there's 15 people on the mountain and 2 of them can buy a express pass and they cut in front of you in the line, it's still 15 people. It's not like they buy that express pass and they instantly triple themselves. The volume hasn't changed. Just be a little bit more patient and your butt will be on the chairlift. Stop wanting to be offended. Learn to enjoy the thing that we're out there doing. And I guarantee you, if you want to make it a good day, you're going to make it a good day. If you want to complain and gripe about it, that's easy to do. And that's easy to completely ruin your experience. And I know I should have gotten on here and had a discussion about the channel that I want to start, which is the Dirtbag Association, talking about skiers and snowboarders that are a little bit older, that aren't park and pipe, that are just enjoying the flow and the carve and all that. But I really felt that my voice needed to be heard, because everybody is complaining about the same thing. And what I've learned is, when everybody complains about the same thing, it's not really the boogeyman you think it is. It's just an echo chamber, a group think. There are plenty of people out there that I'm sure are understanding how the consolidation has kept the mountains open. Be honest, I found Saddleback in Maine the season before it shut down. So I know how a small independent mountain can shut down. And when it does, how it affects the community, how it affects the prices of homes, how it affects everything. So I guarantee you there have been more mountains saved with this consolidation than have been ruined. And that is just something that you just have to take into consideration. There are communities out there that are thriving. There are paychecks being paid. There are mountains staying open. So just think about that next time you want to say how things are being destroyed. Think about that when you hear someone saying they're being destroyed, and know that your feet are still on the snow. The visuals are still beautiful. All the things that we loved, they're still there. So yeah, that's about it. That's my rant. I'm sure I'll have many more rants on this because everybody is talking about something a bit different than the way that I'm framing it. But I just wanted to get on here and put something up as a placeholder showing my philosophy on what's going on. Gratitude and joy. Love the mountain and the mountain's gonna love you. That's it. This is Blair from the Dirtbag Association, where our wax is old and our knees are older, but our stoke stays the same.